This will be a demonstration on how to create a main document or like a form letter in Word and then merge it with a database that will actually end up being in Access. I'm going to change my style to no spacing. I'm going to change the tabs now to mailings and go to Start Mail Merge and choose Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard. Since I'm going to create a letter, it's just fine with the default here. I'm going to click Next. I'm going to use the current document. If I had a letterhead, I could have that letterhead open and have that as the active document instead of a blank document. Now I'm going to click Next to select recipients, and I'm going to type a new list of people to mail this to. If I had an existing list of customers or whatever, I could pick an existing list and go into Browse and choose it. Since this is new, I'm going to click here on Type a New List, and as I do this, Browse will change to Create. So I'm now ready to create a list of people that I'm mailing this to. And I want to customize my fields. Now, fields are how you take your information and put it into categories. For what I'm going to do, I'm clicking on Customize. I need a title, I need a first name, I need a last name. On my particular letter, I don't need a company. I don't need the address line 2. Now what this is for is if you have a street address for a person and also a post office address. I'm going to eliminate address line 2 and see how it's asking me, are you really sure? I want to get rid of these 4, but it won't let me do them all at once. I have to do them one at a time. And that's just to protect us from accidentally deleting something. Now what I want to do is have this party, but I want it to be a potluck, so I'm going to have different people bring different kinds of food. So I'm going to add a field that I'm going to call food, and it dropped down to the bottom of my list. Now I also have some of the people I'm inviting really like their middle initial in their address block, and so I'm going to add a field, and I'm going to call it capital M-I, because this is going to be a column heading, and I don't want a long column heading on a column that's going to have one letter followed by a period. So I'm going to click OK. Now it makes more sense for this middle initial to be between the first name and last name. I can move this up to get it in a place that's easier for me to enter data. And now I'm going to click OK. At this point I'm going to go ahead and start filling out my list. And so the first one's going to be Mr. Now as I tab, it's taking me from field to field. So this is going to be Mr. Jack A. Spratt, who lives on 111 Nursery Rhyme Lane, Olympia. Now notice that when you type the city, you do not type a comma. If you do type a comma, when you do your mail merge, you'll end up with 2 commas. The state is 2 capital letters, and zip code I'm going to use 98512, and I'm going to have Jack bring vegetables. Now if I continue to hit tab, it'll take me to a new record. Okay, so this one's going to be Ms. Jill. I don't know her middle initial, so I'm going to leave that blank. And she's also Spratt. She lives at 113 Nursery Rhyme Lane, also in Olympia. Remember, no comma at the end. Washington, 98512, and I'm having her bring pumpkin pie. And I can either click New Entry here, or I can just hit tab to advance to the next record. This one is Miss, and I, after the period, don't hit a space, just hit tab. And this is Mother, and this is Mother B. Goose. And she lives at 212 Gander Street. And she lives in Bucota, Washington. And I'm just going to make a zip code 98503. Now, since she's a goose, I'm not going to have her bring any poultry. I'm going to have her bring prime rib. And now I'm done with my 3 records. So I'm going to click OK. Now, when you save a data source, it wants to go to the C drive. So you have to actually override it if you want it to go someplace else. But if you're always working on the same computer, let it go there. So I'm going to go ahead and choose, I'm just going to click on desktop. And I'm going to call it potluck data, because it's the data file for my potluck. And I'm going to save this. And click OK. And I'm going to stop this for right now, and then I'm going to continue on in a new video. So